Welcome in. This is the WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. Up today, Naperville changes the city e-bikes ordinance to restrict the use on trails. And Will County Board to meet Thursday to deal with a $2.8 million budget gap. And the long vacant 113-year-old home in Algonquin gets a new life. Elgin showed up on the state's news as well as Illinois plans to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States. We had one of our friends here from the station, Rafael Villalobos, talking about the Elgin project to commemorate the semi-quincentennial. Stick around, we've got more coming up. Today's forecast is, of course, blistering cold, where we get a high of 16 today and a low of 2. Tomorrow, high of 27, low of 24. Saturday, high of 29, low of 20. And Sunday brings a little bit of snow with a high of 26 and a low of 11. We're going to go over yesterday, Wednesday, December 3rd's lotto results. Midday pick 3 comes in at 918 with a 6 on the end. The midday pick 4 comes in at 6160 with a 5 on the end. Evening pick 3 comes in at 370 with an 8. And the evening pick 4, 3949 with a 3 kicker. The midday lucky comes in at 4, 6, 7, 26, and 43. And the evening day lucky coming in at $250,000. Those numbers are 2, 6, 20, 23, and 33. And the Powerball with the power play worth $775 million. The power play's number comes in at 1, 14, 20, 46, 51 with a 26 as the kicker. Before we go to break, we've got one story here in Elgin that we want to get out. Elgin will hold the second public meeting on the accessible streets and sidewalk plans Thursday, December 11th, as staff continues to gather community input on priority projects intended to improve accessibility throughout the city. The drop-in meeting is scheduled for 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the center of Elgin, 100 Symphony Way. Attendees will be able to review proposed projects, share feedback on priority routes, and other recommendations that will help shape the plan's next steps. The survey is open through Christmas and can be accessed at surveyhero.com/Elgin-ADA projects. It is also available along with additional information on the city's Engage Elgin site. When we come back, we're going to stick around in Elgin, how Illinois plans to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. We've got our own Elgin citizen, Rafael Villalobos, talking with J.B. Pritzker. Find out more from our friend, writer Marnie Pike at the Daily Herald. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957. When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest. Welcome back to the WRMN News. From Corn Boil in Galena to a special Chicago Symphony Orchestra performance to a documentary produced in Elgin, communities across Illinois are lining up to mark the USA's 250th anniversary. So, what's your town going to do in 2026? Governor J.B. Pritzker invited the entire state to help answer that question Wednesday as Illinois America 250 Commission officials unveiled details of the year-long celebration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Beliefs like equality for all and liberty are familiar refrains. Quote, but it was rarely said out loud anywhere in the world before these rebels put it in their declaration, Pritzker said. In each ensuing generation, there have been leaders that picked up the baton to undertake the work of building a more perfect union, he continued. Illinois has been central to this democratic project. From early Native American tribes to the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement today, Abraham Lincoln, Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, Ida B. Wells, the story of Illinois has always been the story of America, the governor went on. The Illinois America 250 Commission, established by state law, is helping to coordinate programming and events for the anniversary. So far, 93 communities are participating, while multiple museums and cultural institutions are hosting exhibits and performances. Those include the Addison Historical Museum and the Elgin History Museum in partnership with the Hispanic Heritage Project. The Elgin Project involves a feature-length documentary and traveling exhibit looking at the impact of Hispanic immigration. It will debut in spring of 2026. Rafael Villagomez, a HHP committee member, said, "This effort aligns deeply with the goals of Illinois 250 as our state reflects on 250 years of immigrant history." He continued, "We're ensuring that the stories of Elgin immigrant communities are represented, elevated, and celebrated." Statewide initiatives include a youth art concert, a 250th commemorative passport similar to the National Parks Passport, but with state sites, pocket-sized copies of the Declaration of Independence, and Illinois Voices 250, where Illinoisans can record thoughts on the anniversary with StoryCorps Studio for the Library of Congress. Communities are invited to recognize the semi-quincentennial with fireworks and parades, volunteer projects, talks and seminars, potlucks, public readings of the Declaration, tree or garden plantings, time capsules, and other recognitions. Suburbs that have signed on to Illinois America 250 include Barrington, Bensonville, Glen Ellen, Grays Lake, Hawthorne Woods, Round Lake Beach, South Barrington, Sugar Grove, Warrenville, West Chicago, Winfield, and Wooddale, according to the Commission's website. For more information about Illinois America 250, visit il250.org. When we come back, we'll go over the Arctic blast that slams northern Illinois with dangerous wind chills, more snow chances ahead. We've also got some more stories directly from the Daily Herald and others. Naperville changes the city bike ordinance to restrict use on trials, and Will County Board to meet Thursday to deal with $2.8 million budget gap. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. An Arctic blast slams northern Illinois with dangerous wind chills. More snow chances ahead. If you head on over to thedailyherald.com, you can read this article. This was also put out by Shaw Local, written by John Shawley. There's a infographic that you can find right there on thedailyherald.com and Shaw Local, where it talks about all of the different Arctic blast scenarios and things that you've got there. What to expect? Well, wind chills as cold as 15 below. Temperatures are going to be low temperatures tonight from -6 to maybe even 7. Coldest wind chills will go to -5 and -15. And then again tonight. Midday temperatures today only in the low mid teens in most areas. Cold temperatures will result in rapid ice formation on area rivers. Freeze up ice jams are possible. Here's what to do. Well, bundle up before heading outdoors, of course. Prepare for potential ice jam flooding along area rivers. And how to dress if you go outside. When going outside, be sure to wear a hat, a scarf, or knit mask that covers face and mouth. I'm sure we've got a few of those lying around in some jackets. Wear a water resistant coat, mittens or gloves, and several layers of loose fitting clothing, along with water resistant boots. But northern Illinois is locked in a brief but brutal blast of Arctic air today, with temperatures plunging near zero in many areas and wind chills dropping as low as 15 degrees below zero. The cold snap arrived behind a sharp cold front that moved through the region on Wednesday afternoon. Even as winds have eased through the early morning, the combination of falling temperatures and lingering northwest gusts push wind chills to dangerous levels. The National Weather Service expects little relief during the day despite sunny skies. The fresh snowpack across the region will limit warming, keeping highs in their teens to lower 20s. Coldest readings are expected this evening, again as clear skies and light winds promote rapid cooling. Some locations may slip below zero shortly after sunset before temperature levels off and slowly rise overnight as southern winds return. Wind chills may again reach around 15 below zero before conditions begin a gradual warm-up into Friday. While the main headline is the cold, forecasters are also tracking several chances for light snow as a parade of fast-moving clipper systems slide across the Midwest. The first will arrive Friday night, bringing a low-impact chance of light snow, mainly north of I-80. Additionally, weak systems are possible through the weekend and onto early next week, with another round of light snow possible Saturday night to Sunday. Snow cover is expected to remain in place thanks to below normal temperatures through the period, though a potential midweek warm-up could introduce a mix of precipitation types. For now, the most immediate concern remains the Arctic cold. The National Weather Service urges residents to limit time outdoors, bundle up, and watch for icy conditions. Head on over to Shaw Local. This was written by John Shawley. You can find that infogram that I just read off to you on Shaw Local and the Daily Herald. Naperville changes city's e-bike ordinance to restrict use on trails. Naperville's City Council is following the lead of the Park and Forest Preserve districts in keeping certain e-bikes off its multi-use path. The City Council members Tuesday updated their ordinance to prohibit the use of Class 3 e-bikes or electric bikes that can reach a speed of 28 miles per hour from the paths. In adopting the ordinance, city officials noted Naperville Park District and DuPage County Forest Preserve District, both of which own many of the trails in the city, have already prohibited Class 3 e-bikes. Naperville Police Chief Jason Arez said, "We stayed consistent with that so as not to confuse the bicyclists in town. Our intent was consistency with our community partners." Personal mobility devices such as wheelchairs will be allowed on city pathways or trails. The city's ordinance also sets 16 as the minimum age for operating an e-bike and 18 for an e-scooter. Parents or guardians of minors who violate the restrictions can also be held accountable according to the city's ordinance. City council members also cited safety concerns, city fatalities, or accidents involving younger users as a reason for the age limits. Councilman Ian Holtzhauser said, "The hope is we don't see that in Naperville and that we save some lives tonight. Fines for violating the city's ordinance can range from $100 to $500 a day, and e-bikes or e-scooters may be impounded." Other communities such as Des Plaines and Buffalo Grove has recently enacted restrictions on e-bikes and e-scooters. E-bikes and e-scooters are prohibited on Naperville sidewalks, but are allowed on dedicated street bike lanes. E-scooters are permitted on multi-use paths in Naperville. We'll head on over to Will County before we head to the bottom of the hour. Will County Board to meet Thursday to deal with $2.8 million budget gap. Will County Board members will hold a special meeting at 10 a.m. Thursday to address a $2.8 million deficit in the county's 2026 budget. Republicans want to use county cash reserves to cover the deficit. The agenda for the meeting has one business item: the resolution to use cash reserves to fill the $2.8 million budget gap. The resolution states that the county has $94.8 million in cash reserves, providing a $22 million surplus while meeting the county's goal for reserves at 25% of the budget. The budget gap was created last month when County Board Republicans, along with one Democrat, voted to lower the property tax levy proposed by Democratic County Executive Jennifer Bertino Torrent. The special meeting on Thursday was called by 8 board Republicans. Head on over to the Daily Herald and listen tomorrow, where we will read the results from the Shaw Local News Network. You're listening to the WRMN News. Head on over to YouTube if you ever miss an episode of anything here on WRMN. You can find it at WRMN Radio. Just put it into the search engine at youtube.com. You can also go over to WRMN1410.com and find all of the different outlets for you to watch, listen, and engage with the station. You're listening to the WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. When we come back, a long vacant 113-year-old home in Algonquin gets a new life, and gamers will make their play in Lyle. Stick around, we've got more coming up on WRMN 1410 right after this.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. Dangerous wind chills are headed this way as a cold front brings a quick blast of Arctic air today, according to the National Weather Service. Light snow is possible with less than an inch expected before it ends tonight. Temperatures will drop from a high of 34 today to just 17 on Thursday, with wind chills plunging to 20 below zero tonight, Thursday morning, and again Thursday evening. Hoffman Estates leaders have given the green light to a new luxury apartment project on the former Menards site along Higgins Road. The plan calls for 2 buildings with a total of 335 units, plus amenities like a gym, pool, pickleball courts, and shared workspaces. Trustee Garrett Stanton cast the only no vote, criticizing the decision to build the first structure closer to the road. The board approved up to $8 million in TIF funds if both buildings are completed, with local businesses saying they welcome the boost in foot traffic. Nearly 44% of U.S. truck driving schools could close after a federal review found many failed to meet training requirements requirements. About 3,000 schools face certification revocation within 30 days, and another 4,500 are warned. Students at uncertified schools may have to transfer elsewhere. Naperville officials say a city contractor was killed Monday evening after a freight train struck his snow removal equipment on the south platform of the Naperville train station. City manager Doug Krieger confirmed the man was working in the 100 block of East 4th Avenue when the eastbound train hit. Krieger called the incident a profound tragedy. Aurora police say an officer fired a single shot Tuesday morning, striking the vehicle of a man who was allegedly posing as law enforcement. It started around 9:33 a.m. when a driver reported being followed by a 48-year-old man who displayed a gun and tried to pull him over. Officers found the suspect at 4th Avenue and South State Street, where the shots were fired. No one was injured. The man, who police say has no law enforcement affiliation, was taken into custody. The officer is now under review by the Deadly Force Investigative Team. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Chicagoland? Need trusted legal help with real estate, evictions, or estate planning? Turn to Guthrie and Brady, the happy lawyers serving the greater Chicago area since 1965. With over 50 years of experience, they handle titles and deeds, foreclosures, landlord-tenant issues, wills, trusts, and more. Appointments available evenings or weekends at their Roselle office or right in your home. Call Guthrie and Brady now at 847-524-1215. That's 847-524-1215. Or visit gnblegal.com. Guthrie and Brady, personal, professional, affordable legal services for all of Chicagoland. The happy lawyers since 1965. That's gnblegal.com. Or 847-524-1215. Guthrie and Brady, trusted legal help made easy, fast, affordable, and experienced. Call today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, sunny with a high near 18, temperatures falling to around 8 in the afternoon. It feels like 1 with gusty winds. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 3, temperatures rising to around 10 overnight. It feels like 18. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 28. Currently, it is 11 degrees with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Hello and welcome into the WRMN News Hour. My name is Dennis Green. You can find us at WRMN1410.com, a great place to find all of the different ways to watch, listen, and interact with WRMN 1410. Long vacant a 113-year-old home in Algonquin gets a new life. Matthew Moser regularly drove by a vacant 113-year-old Algonquin home that caught his eye. In June, he bought the house and took on the challenge of renovating it. This comes from Shaw Local News Network. Moser said, "I saw an opportunity that I knew I couldn't pass up." Moser, who grew up in Lake in the Hills and now lives in a farmhouse he renovated in East Dundee. The two-story historic house, once white and now green, is located along Center Street in Algonquin's Old Town neighborhood east of Route 31 and steps from the village's business district. It had stood vacant for about 9 years. The former owners bought the home with plans to renovate it for a family member to live in. They gutted it down to the studs, but plans changed, Moser said. When Moser inquired about the house, he learned that the owners were about to put it on the market. He said, "It was about a month after I left my full-time construction job and turned to real estate full-time when I made the decision I wanted to buy it." Stuart Logan, who has lived across the street in a historic home with a similar floor plan for 16 years, said Moser's home has, quote, "a storied past." Logan said about 25 years ago, it was used as a grow house for marijuana and was the scene of a police stakeout. Logan has seen the home change owners over the years, and it eventually went into foreclosure. It is among dozens of historic homes in what is referred to as the Old Town area of Algonquin. The windows are the only detail Moser cannot change in the 1,500 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Village code does not allow the placement of windows to be moved. While it was challenging to create a floor plan, the windows let in a lot of natural light, Moser said. Moser learned that the house, built in 1912 according to Algonquin's records, was at one time zoned commercial. Part of the building was used as a hair salon, while a family lived in a separate area, Moser said. Minimal work was done on the exterior of the house, which included painting it green and making repairs to the wood frame and deck as needed. The goal of the renovation was to keep it historic while updating the inside with modern conveniences, Moser said. Moser and his team have, quote, "done a great job inside and out in preserving the historic character of the home while adding modern upgrades," Logan said. He said people in the neighborhood respect the heritage of the area and the historic homes they live in. Although the homes need attention every 30 years or so, people do a nice job preserving their character. Logan bought his home, built in 1909, for its character and, quote, "rock-solid construction, original wood trim, a basement that doesn't leak, and because, quote, it reminded us of our grandparents' home." According to information from the Algonquin Historic Commission, the home that Moser renovated was built by its original owner, Joseph Steffler. The neighborhood is within walking distance to the downtown area, where more than $33 million has been invested in recent years into ongoing streetscape and utility improvements. The village has worked to create a more pedestrian-friendly environment ideal for community gatherings, festivals, and outdoor dining, according to village documents. Logan said that the recent improvements complement the area, including restaurants and newly renovated town park that debuted this summer. The $5.7 million makeover includes a band shell and inclusive playground, picnic shelter, and restrooms, as well as a restored mineral spring site, according to the village. Of the house across the street that's soon to be occupied, Logan said, "It will be nice to finally have some new neighbors." That comes from Shaw Local News Network. Head on over there to read more about it. When we come back, gamers will make their play in Lisle. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Does your car need a shine? At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they make it quick, easy, and spotless every time. And they're open 24/7 for your convenience. Right now, get a free car wash just for joining their text club. Text BRITT to 30400 and enjoy a free car wash. Visit Britain's Touchless Car Wash at 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin or at 555 Willow in West Dundee. Britain's, caring for your car while caring for our community. In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast to Coast right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Welcome back to the WRMN News Hour. According to Kane and DuPage County Scanner, there's a structure fire in Elburn. The Elburn Fire is on scene of a possible structure fire at 2S 600 block of Oakwood Tier for smoke in the kitchen and garage. Crackling noises are being heard in the walls, multiple departments assisting in this. Stick around for more WRMN to find out more about that ongoing situation. One of our headline stories for today, gamers will make their play in Lisle. Collegiate high school esports teams to compete at the Midwest Battleground. For a weekend this March, Lisle will become a major player in the electronic sports world. The DuPage Sports Commission announced on Tuesday that the esports competition Midwest Battleground of 2026 will be held Friday through Sunday, March 6th through the 8th at the Sheridan Lisle Naperville Hotel. The DuPage Sports Commission, a 501c3 organization, was formed in 2019 as the sports arm of DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau. According to DuPage Sports Commission Director of Sports, Igor Baklovic, more than 100 collegiate esports teams are expected to attend with 72 competing in the Midwest Battleground and 32 competing in the Big Esports Conference Championship. The BEC is a collaborative of the Big Ten Conference schools. Illinois high schools are also involved. More than 300 gamers representing 40 high schools statewide will compete in a pair of championship events hosted by the Illinois High School Esports Association, Baklovic said. Quote, the purpose of this event, the vision of the event is to connect the dots between high school and college esports because they're not as well connected as they are in traditional sports. Baklovic went on to say, so we're bringing together the high school ecosystem, the college ecosystem, and other partners in the e-space sports so coaches, players, and parents all have an opportunity to learn, collaborate, and further educate themselves about the industry. In addition to networking opportunities, the gaming itself, Midwest Battleground includes workshops, speaker panels, educational sessions, and an exposition. The 2026 event will be the third time the DuPage Sports Commission has hosted Midwest Battleground, which outgrew its February 2024 debut at the Hyatt Regency in Lisle. It returns for a second year at the Sheridan Lisle Naperville Hotel. Baklovic said, we've seen a lot of success. We've had about 275 competitors in year one, and we had just under 600 in year two. And we're looking to double that in year three, which is tremendous growth. Read more about it on the front page of today's Daily Herald. You can always read the e-edition right there at dailyherald.com. Sign up for a subscription. It goes as far as, I believe, under $5 a month. So, stick around. We've got more WRMN News Hour coming up after this.
Elgin isn't just a city, it's a community built on connection, innovation, and opportunity. And at the heart of it all is the Elgin Chamber of Commerce. For over a century, the Elgin Chamber has helped local businesses grow, connecting entrepreneurs, advocating for progress, and inspiring the leaders of tomorrow. Whether you're a new business just starting out or an established company looking to expand, the Elgin Chamber is your partner for success. Join a powerful network of leaders making a difference in our community every day. Together, we're shaping the future of Elgin one connection at a time. Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, where business and community grow together. Call now 847-741-5660 or go to info@elginchamber.com. Contact Carol Gieske.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding a unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg. Family owned for over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service from start to finish. Call 847-352-3825. They're located at 501 Morse Avenue in Unit D. Get your vehicle back in shape with the experts who care. All Around Auto Body, where your car is treated like family. Call 847-352-3825 today. Proud sponsors of America's First Responders Fest.
back to the WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. Have you painted yourself into a corner? Well, a new program can free you. Getting rid of old products is now easier. While out navigating the holiday rush, you can also get a jump on spring cleaning under a new statewide paint recovery program. The Paint Stewardship Act, which went into effect Monday, lets residents and businesses drop off old paint, primers, stains, sealers, and varnishes at more than 250 retailers with no fee. Pete Adrian, recycling coordinator for the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County, said this is making it more convenient for people to get rid of this stuff. However, consumers may not completely escape as the program is funded by a small fee applied to the price of each container of new paint sold in Illinois. FirstPaintCare.org for drop-off location, a full list of accepted products and amounts, fees, and other details. Oil-based products have been taken at sites such as Swalco, SWALCO, and one-day collection events. But schedule and distance have been problematic for residents, and the collections have not been available to businesses, according to the Illinois Stewardship Council. Latex paints used to be accepted at household hazardous waste collections, but considered non-hazardous if dried or hardened, said Walter Willis, Swalco Executive Director. But that could be done by adding cat litter or a similar substance, making it okay to throw in the trash. But for many homeowners, the number of unused cans of latex paint continue to grow in dusty corners of the garage or basement. He said, that's why we started the special collections program, but we're charging people. Beginning in April of 2023, Swalco charged $4.50 per gallon or $11.50 for 5-gallon buckets to cover handling, storage, and recycling costs. Willis said, we didn't run that program to make money, we ran it to break even. However, starting Saturday, Lake County residents can drop off up to 20 gallons of latex paint at Swalco in Gurnee for free by appointment. Now, there also are many more convenient options no matter where you live. The new program will reduce the burden on residents and businesses to get rid of old leftover paint, according to the ILPSC. Willis said, there are a lot of retailers that will take it. All voluntary retail collection sites accept up to 5 gallons of paint per visit, though some have a higher limit. While free to drop off, the program operated by Paint Care, a nonprofit organization of paint manufacturers, is funded by a fee applied to the price of each container of new paint sold in Illinois. In Illinois, the fee is based on size and is 95 cents for 1 to 2 gallons, for example. By law, Paint Care will reuse, repurpose, and recycle the products with disposal as the last resort. Read all about it over at the Daily Herald, right there on the front page. Rosemont police are still looking into the Tara Reid incident at a hotel. Rosemont police say they are still investigating a claim from actor Tara Reid that she was drugged at a Rosemont hotel on November 23rd, though they have not so far been able to confirm that a crime occurred. Reid, best known for roles in the American Pie and Sharknado movie franchises, said she fell ill early that Saturday morning after drinking a glass of wine from the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel. According to police, Rosemont detectives reviewed surveillance from the hotel and conducted multiple interviews, none of which revealed anyone tampering with her drink. Rosemont police say the footage did show a bartender following standard practices by covering her drink when she left the bar. Rosemont Public Safety Department is currently waiting for hospital records, but it has not been said if or what chemical testing was conducted. According to a police statement, at this time, there is no criminal act that has been committed, and there is no one we are currently investigating. While we do not have any evidence that a drink was tampered with, it is a good reminder to never leave a drink unattended. Go over if you are looking for something here in the local area for support for barkeeping and more societal safetyness for women that are out there. Head on over to somebodiesdaughterisloved.org and you can participate in that non-for-profit educational program as well. Aurora fire officials urge caution after 2 holiday weekend blazes. This will wrap up our WRMN news. The Aurora fire officials are reminding residents to take care when using heated equipment following a pair of holiday weekend fires. The Aurora Fire Department responded to the 1500 block of Karen Court at about 7:30 p.m. on Thanksgiving, and the next night, November 28th, firefighters responded to a chimney fire in the 200 block of Lawndale Avenue. No one was injured in the 2 fires, but Aurora Fire Deputy Chief Kevin Nichols said, "This time of year is one of the busiest for house fires as colder weather sets in and people begin using heating equipment again." Read more about it or head on over to the Aurora Fire Department's Facebook page for more. You've been listening to the WRMN News Hour. I'm Dennis Green. Stick around for some more great WRMN programming. You can find all of it on YouTube or WRMN1410.com.